My mind was blank. The surgeon was still speaking, but I couldn't grasp anything he was saying. I was only in his office to have some stitches removed, but he was holding up a pathology report. Breast cancer? The biopsy of the lump I had discovered a year earlier had been benign, and this surgery was just to remove scar tissue. How did this happen? I left the clinic and went to my husband's office so he could take me home. He knew something was wrong, but I told him we would talk when we got home. But when it was time to talk, I had no idea what the surgeon had told me. So we then had to call and arrange to meet with him the next day. At that meeting, we were told I needed to make the decision of whether to have a lumpectomy or mastectomy. After considering the pros and cons, I chose to have a mastectomy. It wasn't until we were driving home that the fear set in. How could we tell our children, our family, and our friends? Is it possible that I would not live long enough to see my children grow? What about the surgery, chemotherapy, and the possible side effects? The next few weeks were a blur, and the night before my admission to the hospital, I decided to watch some TV to keep my mind occupied. I flipped through channels until I saw a movie that was starting. I suddenly realized that it was about a young mother who had been diagnosed with breast cancer. As I watched her express the same emotions, agonize over the type of surgery, and the implications of undergoing chemotherapy and radiation, I felt every word. The story showed how she survived her breast cancer because of her attitude and good support system. I went to bed feeling I could defeat this demon. I did end up having chemotherapy and radiation, and fortunately for me, I did not experience any of the terrible side effects other than just losing my hair. It was hard, but not as bad as I had expected. I believe my positive experience can be attributed to the tremendous support of my husband, family, and friends, as well as the way I was treated by the oncology staff and the visits from the Reach to Recovery visitors. The staff were very professional in the administration of my care and treatment, but they also treated me like a friend, not a patient, by expressing interest in my life and my family. And hearing the stories of other cancer patients further strengthened my belief that I could get through this. Today, I'm a Reach to Recovery volunteer doing face-to-face visits and a telephone peer support volunteer. I knew I could face the challenge of cancer because of all the stories I heard of other patients, and participating in these programs enables me to provide the same hope that I was looking for.